What's up? ODST General back again with some more Rescue 2 Everyday Heroes. So in the last episode we had a story mission and we got some people that got promoted and stuff. And it was pretty good. Today we're starting off with a small fire at the hot dog stand, which I'm pretty sure is attempting to burn down their own restaurant for insurance purposes. Or they have some sort of person who's got a really bad grudge against them because they're on fire like every day. Apparently our city doesn't have any arson investigation. They won't let me start one. So, what are you going to do? To get us started though, we actually have a medical emergency from the last episode we got to do. This is the same one from the last story mission in which we had to put out a fire at the lumber mill. Now, something I can't wait to get is the paramedic kit. Now, as it is currently, my paramedic has to go to a person, he has to grab his kit, and then he has to stabilize whatever patient he's, in the process of helping. So he's got to go up, he's got to go, okay, you're stabilized, go drop off his equipment, come back with a stretcher, transport the patient, come back, and then any other patients, subsequently have to get treated. Now, so far, that's not really been an issue because, most medical calls not every medical call I've been on so far has really only had one patient. Some of the fire calls have multiple people, but normally there's only like one injured person on scene. The others, as long as you get them out fast enough, are fine. Once I get the paramedic kit, though, what I'll be able to do is go up, say, touch a person, be like, okay, you're good, you're stabilized, and they won't bleed out. Now, some of those people will need transport still, but as long as I think they're yellow or above, they'll just stand back up and, have to transport them. It's only the ones who are red, as far as I can tell. And that I'm not even sure. You might not even need to transport them. Quick, easy mission, though. Even without having that, because as soon as we leave, our only patient's gone. Carrying it back to the station here. We do have a unit that just arrived at that fire. But first things first, we're going to enter the station. We're going to take care of something that we didn't get a chance to last episode, which is maintaining our ambulance, maintaining the ladder truck, and of course promoting our paramedic who's not gotten any training for a long time here. So, get him paramedic kit, give him the defibrillator and the ability to transport patients more quickly, I think. But, yeah, see right here is the ability to, stabilize a patient. Like I said, though, I just don't find it as useful stabilizing a patient without tools when I have the capability to just do even more with the paramedic kit. It's worth the, 5 seconds it takes them to grab it out of the ambulance. And then, of course, this one's probably the toughest one for me, because, honestly, the carry speed's nice, but I generally don't carry people with my paramedics. So we're going to go with that because of the defibrillator, which I've not had the opportunity to actually use yet in my other campaign where I'm farther forward. And to be honest, I'd prefer not to use it, but in the off chance I do need to, it's nice to have that extra chance that it'll work. And when you know it here, this we gotta put out the hot dog stand. Like I said, once again, it's popped up at the start of the, like I said at the start of the video.
Unit reporting in.
This one's pretty quick though. And we're gonna set up our ambulance. Our ambulance? My God. Sorry, I've been talking about the paramedics for the entirety of the episode so far, and
understood.
Guess I'm still in that thought of mind, train of thought, whatever you want to call it.
Affirmative.
But we'll set up our Y here.
Affirmative.
And we'll get our attack line set to go. Apparently he's just got a really long arms. He's screwing into the back of the ambulance from the side.
Setting up. Setting up.
But we'll get this guy set up here.
Yes,
and
affirmative.
we're going to start extinguishing the fire on the right first, just because that has a tendency to spread a little bit quicker to those boxes.
Understood. Understood.
I'm kind of curious what's going on here. You got these.
Affirmative.
guys, unloading merchandise, presumably. I wonder if maybe they're actually stealing it, and that's what they're doing. They keep stealing from this hot dog stand, and they're making it look like it's a fire destroying all the merchandise. That's probably what it is. But like I said, that was a quick, easy fire. We'll go back to our station here. We're going to speed up time some to make things a little bit more bearable. And we've got another fire over here. I think this is my first time on the YouTube video doing this fire here. I dispatched out my ladder truck because I saw liquid fire. And I wanted the extinguishers on hand. Because I wasn't thinking. But ended up not needing my ladder truck. I realized when I arrived on scene, realized which fire this was. I like this one because I don't know if you guys can tell, but right there, that hydrant that sticks out of the ground, that's like a built-in Y, so you can have two engines hooked up to that hydrant, which is nice. So you drive across and you gotta like open the gate. And this is kind of an interesting one. It's the same fire in the same place all the time.
Unit available.
I don't think I'd necessarily be so bothered if with these maps being the same over and over, but my biggest issue is that the fires are exactly the same when you arrive. So it's like, this is my umpteenth million time fighting this fire. You know, my Twitch campaign, I've had my second station stuff for a while now. And you'll get story missions and stuff, but I mean, besides that, it's, you know, not changing. I guess what's going to happen though, so I've said that, and now it's going to come and spite me by like saying, okay, you want some new fires? Here, the entire warehouse is on fire and you don't have enough apparatus to put it out. I hope that doesn't happen though, that'd be horrible. But we do have our two engines on scene here. It's going to help us significantly speed up this fire. This one's kind of tough for just a couple guys. It's not impossible, but it takes a lot longer. And you have to be a lot more aware of what's going on with the fire. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm going to put you over here and you're just going to spray this side and then just keep doing that with all your guys, like I'm doing right here. I'm pushing this first firefighter around on the right side just because I know it likes to spread there and it really doesn't have anywhere else to spread in the other directions. So I'm putting him over there to help cut it off.
Understood.
Yeah, you can tell it right there, right as I started spraying water, it's just about to start spreading to those boxes on the pallets, but the splash from the water cooled it off. And last firefighter just got set up on his attack line, so we're going to move him over to put out these, this other crate here. Firefighter on the right's got his out. And now all four of them can concentrate.
Understood.
So that's
affirmative. Yes.
That one went pretty well. We got a rank up here. And all things considered, though, like I said, that is it's one of the tougher ones your first time doing it, because if you don't know what's going on with the Y, because I've never run into one of those before, so it threw me for a loop the first time I experienced it. I'm gonna return to our station here. And we're going to enter it and give our guy a pat on the back and teach him some new tricks. So, I had the ability to choose between extra air and using the first aid kit. I always go for extra air. Just because I like having, you know, the ability to keep my guys in a building for longer. It makes a huge difference. Northern Alex just actually had a fire that I had a real tough time with myself here. He actually lost a firefighter on it, and I almost lost one too my first time playing through it, where I think my firefighter ended up getting injured or something, or I had both my firefighters get injured. I ended up having to abort the mission out, but I managed to actually get my guys out of the building where he didn't manage to do so. But yeah, buy ourselves a new engine. We'll get a medium fire engine. We got some money saved up, and we're going to transfer our guys over. Sold our light engine. We're going to equip this with some extra stuff. This will allow us to carry some more tools. We don't want that, though. We already got that on there. What we do need is air tanks. Because, you know, that kind of goes with having more firefighters. You know, the more air tanks you have, the better. Well, okay. Guess you really only need one on one apparatus. That's going to be on scene. But, thinking about buying a firefighter here. I got 7,000 left, so it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, yeah, we'll do it, but maybe not, but maybe. So we're gonna hire a new firefighter. I just realized I'm actually recording this after the fact that I did record audio while I was doing this, and also me accidentally closed out my recording program before I saved the file or before I exported it out. I forgot to put the firefighter on the engine though. I just realized. I was gonna get another paramedic too, and decided against that. At least for the time being. I would like to get another one, start training them up, so that if I need them, I can kind of spread them out and have two people that are, trained on the first aid care. At least one person who can stabilize without using the first aid kit, and then I can just get rid of that off my ambulance altogether. Although I did set up another firefighter to use the first aid kit just in case. Just for, something to tide my people over in the meantime, just so that until I get that other paramedic, I can go, okay, well, you're a cheaper alternative, so here you go, you're going to be on this apparatus.
Understood.
Another easy fire, another one we've had several times here.
Understood. Affirmative.
I don't know if,
yes.
I think they should just remove the forklift from the premises would probably be a good idea. It just keeps, reigniting, just dump the thing in a lake or something.
Affirmative.
It's underwater, it can't start on fire.
Understood. Yes. Understood. Setting up. Setting up. Yes.
But, start extinguishing it. Fire's already starting to spread to some of the cylinders. Like I've stated before, once again, like every time I record this video, I have this fire here. I always say, I wish those were explosive, just because it would be that much more interesting. But what are you going to do? The cylinders are already out. Start extinguishing the forklift and its load right now, and then we'll go get the fire behind it. Actually, I was thinking about doing that right here, and then the fire actually started to go out, so I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just go ahead and let them finish up.
Yes.
So that fire's extinguished, another easy one.
Understood.
We should have a story mission coming up here soon. This is actually a really good episode for me, because I got a bunch of stuff that I've been waiting on for a while now. Oh, look, it's the hot dog stand again. Literally, I've been gone for 5 minutes. Somebody's not doing overhaul properly.
Unit reporting in.
Okay, but, same plan, set up, hook up our engine, hook up our hoses. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even know if it's worth hooking up the engine on this call. The only reason I would say it's really worth is that if I get dispatched from this call directly to another call, I'll have water in the tank.
Affirmative.
Because, depending on the call, that may or may not be something that I'll have access to as, a form of water.
Setting up. Understood.
But, same plan as last time, separate Y, separate attack lines, and just start putting out the fire, starting with the sides to
setting up.
Stop it from spreading.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, before you guys even set up, the fire's pretty much out. Just getting set up, yep.
Setting up.
Just as you get set up, the fire's out.
Setting up. Affirmative.
So that was pretty good. That worked out nicely. Speed up time again here. So there's that story mission I mentioned. Mayor's Got an art gallery is currently hosting. That started on fire, so we're going to respond to all units because there is people inside the building. And the ladder truck's going to be necessary to get to the to one of the buildings which the door is blocked and it's got no fire escape. So our ambulance is on scene, so we're going to start right now. By the time it's loaded, we should have access to our Yep, our engines are arriving pretty much right away. We've got a couple of electrical fires. That's how this started. So
Unit available. Unit reporting in.
what we're gonna want to do is, sir, let our
Unit
truck
reporting in.
get going right away so we can rescue those people out of the building, and then we'll worry about
Setting
the
up.
fire afterwards. We're gonna set up our smaller engine though. They're gonna go up and down the ladder for us,
Understood.
and
Yes.
other engine's gonna start setting up here to start attacking the other fire.
Understood.
But we'll call our guys out.
Setting up.
Turn off the electrical box for this building here on the left,
Understood.
and
Affirmative.
start grabbing out attack lines and equipment so we can have our guys start going upstairs to extinguish the fire. We've already hooked up to the building here, so
Yes.
as soon as the electricity is off, he'll be able to start extinguishing that fire. So we're going to send our other unit around to
Affirmative.
do that. He's got a fire extinguisher in hand too, so he can start helping to extinguish once he's there. On the left side, get our firefighter up. Like I said, we're going to start rescuing patients. Electricity's off, so we're going to get this guy something to start extinguishing the fire as well on his end. Actually, no, I lied. I forgot.
Yes.
He's actually going to grab something to access the in-ground hydrant,
Affirmative.
and then we can hook it up and start hooking him up to the
Understood.
water supply line in the
Setting up.
building.
Setting up.
Also gets a supply line going for the
Affirmative.
medium engine, so we're going to send them across the street to
Setting
hook
up.
up to that hydrant. Get our
Understood.
first victim outside the building. We got to go back up again and get the second person as soon as he's done dropping that person off.
Affirmative. Understood.
Thankfully, the fire spreads much slower, but
Understood.
yeah, as you can see, this building on the right, it's already
Affirmative. Affirmative.
covering a large chunk of the building.
Yes. Setting up.
And this is
Understood.
definitely one of those scenarios where if you had fewer firefighters, you'd want, air tanks or something with you, just because
Affirmative.
that air, if these fires were left unchecked for long enough, the air would go, sour real fast. It's not like you
Understood.
can knock out a window to help ventilate.
Yes. Understood.
But same plan here, get an
Setting
attack
up.
line, go up and have them hook up to the
Affirmative.
in-building pipeline, and then we'll have our other firefighter grab an extinguisher once he's down.
Understood.
We're also going to have the engineer
Understood.
hook up to the building here so they actually have water to use.
Affirmative.
I really like
Yes. Setting
these
up.
sorts of fires on these
Affirmative.
skyscrapers, like the interior attacks and stuff. You really don't get a lot of interior
Yes.
attack stuff in Emergency Force, so this is a nice change of pace for me.
Understood. Understood. Affirmative.
Got our guy with the attack lines up.
Affirmative.
Gonna go
Yes.
and hook up, grab our other firefighter on the ground as soon as I can remember where he went.
Affirmative. Setting up. Setting up.
All the options for you. So he's at the medium engine grabbing the extinguisher. Should have just sent him to the
Affirmative.
ladder truck, but what are you gonna do?
Understood.
So that fire's already out, so it didn't even really matter.
Affirmative.
But just sent my guy to put out the fire would have worked just as well. Alright, and we're pretty much set to go. Yep, see the splash
Affirmative.
cooled the other fire.
Understood.
I think we didn't
Understood.
get any promotions this time, but we did get our second fire station, so yay! That's really awesome. Which means those extra firefighters I hired on are going to come in very useful. Unlock that for 1,000. Yes, definitely worth it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to transfer our ambulance, our ladder truck, and our medium engine over. And then we're going to buy a new apparatus to put in the old station here. I'd keep the ladder truck in the second station so far because it's, obviously all the high rises are kind of centered around the the center as opposed to the other area.
Fire reported.
And we're going to dispatch out our light engine up there. And we've got training for our paramedic kit. So after this is all set to go, we're going to call this an end here. But you guys get to see the paramedic kit in action. So got a critically injured patient. Obviously, when they're in red, they drop off much faster than,
Yes.
yellow or green. Actually, green doesn't die at all, so. But they drop off much quicker. Now, you watch, see, he's like, goes black and it just says he's ready for transport. He's not going to drop off anymore. So as long as he's not by fire or anything, he's good.
Affirmative.
You just put your equipment back, you transform to the hospital, and you're set to go. I mean, if they're yellow, they can just walk away.
Understood.
It's a nice, easy thing to do, though. Like I said, now that I have the paramedic kit available, what I can do is just have my paramedic run around, use the kit on everybody, and then just leave him to be until, the fires are sorted, or at least set them off out of the way of any potential danger. But our person volunteering to be the victims, transported off. Check out the training facility here, it's kind of cool. But yeah, all of my apparatus are now transferring or out on scene. And like I said, I'm going to buy new apparatus here. Now, I'm going to get the water carrier. I've never really needed to use this yet. There's been basically one scenario in which I had to use it for what I'm thinking is a story mission, but I'm not really sure. There's a restaurant on fire. I didn't notice if it was a story mission or not, but it was my first time seeing that fire, so I don't know if it's just something that's supposed to be one of the tougher standard fires or if it was a story mission. But, yeah. Check out the department here. It's a 2-story department. You've got second story where everybody lives. And then the first floor, which is, where all the apparatus are kept, and locker rooms and stuff. And it's very cramped, actually. Like I said, we do have to hire another firefighter still. So we're going to go with Mary Davis at the bottom here, Bones. And that's going to help me a lot, because with the name Bones, it's going to remind me of Dr. McCoy from Star Trek. And she's going to be my firefighter with the ability to stabilize patients once she ranks up some. Probably by the time she ranks up, I might not even need that, but it's still nice to have an extra firefighter. Of course, purchase our paramedic kit and set that up in the ambulance. We'll get rid of our extinguishers because we really don't need it. I kind of went blank there and forgot what to do. So I'm like, oh man, how do I clear it? And I'll assault the vehicle. That would have been fun. Paramedic kit's all set to go. We still got our first aid kit in case anybody else ends up needing to use that. And we're going to change the color of the units from the station. Just don't really know what color to go with. The white doesn't really feel quite correct. It feels like the units were left half untextured. So I think we'll just go with basic fire red, because basic red and yellow and I guess black to an extent are the best looking ones. Obviously classic engines are supposed to be red anyways, although I have seen some white units. There's a town near where I used to live that has white units and they look very good. But yeah, our apparatus, will get them all maintained, repaired, all that stuff. Forgot to put the firefighter on there again, I think. Need to get those firefighters set up. I don't know if I can just transfer one person, or if I have to actually transfer them on a vehicle to get them. But, yeah, still respawning out here, and then we're going to save it up before we get there. Second fire, I'll actually dispatch a unit out there just so I have the opportunity to finish up with my other engine who's already on scene. So we're going to dispatch out our light engine to help respond to that one. Not our light engine. Our light engine's already responding to the other first, so our medium engine I meant. But we'll call that the end. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, thanks for tuning in.